Welcome back. I decided to upgrade a couple of my SD40-2's decoders in them. They're old. I had MRC sound decoders in them, and I wanted to go to something a little bit newer. Ordered two, and wouldn't you know, it didn't take me very long. I don't know what I did wrong, but both of them went bad on me, and I sent them back to the manufacturer for repair. So hopefully those can be repaired, and I'll get them back soon. But in the meantime, I was down at the hobby shop. I did pick up a Digitrax board, and I thought, well, I'll at least use it so I can play around with some sound stuff. I wanted to play with some sugar cubes and show you the little. I did find a speaker, a little mini speaker here. I'll tell you where I got that. It's only 8 millimeters wide. And of course the chassis on our locomotives are generally 10 millimeters. So it's a little hard to get these round ones in there. Sometimes you can put them in the fuel tank. Sometimes the fuel tanks aren't big enough to put these in. And the other one, this happens to be sound. It comes with the sugar cubes in it. The ESU puts that speaker out, and we'll test that one also. So let me show what I've done. Some experimenting. We'll get a little milling done on the make a little more clearance for the speaker on that SD40-2 and assemble everything, and hopefully everything still runs. We'll see you back here in just a little bit. Okay, once again I'm working with the Kato SD40-2. I think this is one of the best engineered locomotives that they've come out with. The way they have manufactured the trucks, the motor, the flywheels, is just very, very smooth running. So if you measure across the back here, this is 10 millimeters. This is a sugar cube system, and I forget what this is. They advertise this, but this is 11 millimeter, and if you put this on the back, it's slightly wider. And then to get it to go up inside the locomotive, you're going to have to grind material out of here, etc., etc. So I was kind of looking for a better source. While down at the hobby shop, I just happened to see they had a decoder on the wall. I said, yeah, maybe I'll get that and just kind of play with sound systems and see what's going on. This is a decoder, a Digitrax SDN144K1E, and they've actually discontinued this model. Instead of having the oval speaker, it comes with 12. And if you're going to do this now, some locomotives you can put a 12 millimeter speaker in the fuel tank. So we have that. This one here, I removed that. I actually made my own little sugar cube here. And this one here is actually 8 millimeters wide. I made my own little sugar cube for it, so we'll see how that sounds. The one thing I don't like about these, they put this stay alive system on here. There's no place to put it. We'll try to remedy that. See if I can make it work. And the other one here, once this is in, if you notice it really hangs over the back side back here, and that's kind of where they want you to put the speaker in. The new board that they have out that takes the place of this actually has a oval speaker, which I think is narrow enough to actually sit on this tray back here. So something to do, but let's investigate sugar cubes. Okay, I want to start off first with the round speaker that actually came with the Digitrax board. I mentioned, I think, 12 millimeters. This is actually a 13 millimeter speaker. If you're going to put that in the fuel tank, you're going to need a half-inch hole to put that into. So besides that one, we're going to also check out a ESU 50321, and that comes with their sugar cube. And then I've got the new real small one that I found, and I'll show you what we did with that one. So I think the engine's running. I think you can hear that lightly, but I printed up a small echo chamber here for it, so we'll already you can hear the difference. So we'll do the whistle. I'll have my assistant press the whistle and hold it while we do this test. And that's the difference that a sugar cube will help amplify that sound for you. Okay, assistant, whistle off. There we go. Okay, let me get the other speaker hooked up on here and we'll give that a trial. Next up we have the ESU speaker 50321. And this one once again is 11 millimeters wide, and that kind of is tight getting up in there. Locomotive's running. I've got two sugar cubes here. One of them is about 4 mils deep and the other one is about 2 mils deep. So the locomotive's running, but once I quite a bit of a difference there. And we'll test the whistle with it. Let me see, hold it down there, assistant. Quite a bit. Okay. So this is another one they actually offered in the same kit. They do send it with their speaker. If you had to save a little room. Let's see. We'll hold that down and we'll use this one here. You get a little more volume, it sounds like, with the deeper sugar cube. Okay, on to the next experiment, and we'll tackle a little mini speaker I found. Here is my mini cube speaker that I've already got put together with the sugar cube on it. This speaker measures 8 millimeters wide and 12 millimeters long, so it's well within inside the chassis of the locomotive. The sugar cube that I have on here I 3D printed, basically like this. I actually made one a little bit deeper. Had about 2.5 mils in the recessed area. The one I finally wound up printing has got about 1.5 mils. The total thickness of that is 2 mils. So by the time you put everything together, it's 5 mils high. And like I say, and I'm looking at how small can I get something. I'm going to have to wind up milling the chassis there a bit. But let's see how this one sounds. I can't do the demo with it on or off, but we will give it a start command here. Oh. It's not overly loud, but whistle. The bell. And I'm not sure if that can be raised up in the JMRI. But this will fit very well up in there. That speaker I found at DigiKey, if you search them on the internet, and if you look for part number 433-1130-ND. They run about $3.90 a piece. I picked up a couple of them. Shipping's reasonable. They ground is $4.90, and you normally get them within 2 to 3 days. So I'm going to pursue this and get ready to install it in the locomotive. I'll show you a little bit on milling down the back here of the SD40, and we'll install that and then still attempt to the 100 microfarad capacitor. I have to interrupt this program with a very important announcement that this is the end of part 1. Part 2, we'll pick it up. I'll do some milling, and we'll see if we can get rid of that 100 microfarad capacitor and install that sugar cube in the SD40-2. So thank you very much for watching. Be safe, and we'll see you here shortly in part 2.